Okay guys, today's video is going to be on repairing a camper. One of our ministry supporters didn't like the fact that our family had to be put out the barn when volunteers come and we were displaced and separated in different buildings. So she's allowed us to stay in this camper that she bought here locally and donated for our use as a family. And as with all campers, I'll turn you around and show you the problem. But all campers, you find hidden things. I spent 2 hours going over this and still got it here and found issues. I'll turn you around and show you. So here's what we got, guys. As you can see, there's some damage in here. We had no idea what this slide was out when I inspected. I looked underneath and I reckon I didn't tap on it hard enough, but it wasn't mine at the time either. But as you can see here, there's streaks down the wall. See right here. But from the factory, it wasn't caulked properly. They didn't make connection like they should. And I think a lot of the water ran down this face and it was just clear because the couch came up to right here and they either overlooked it, didn't care, whatever the deal was. But it leaked until it rotted this floor out. And this, now I punched through it. It was still down there, it just wasn't very solid. And there's some more right here just not far behind it and some stain in here. And these floors and these things, see, this is the pleather couch. We ripped the couch out because it was crumbling. See, it's like a petroleum-based product, but it'll clean off because it'll come off. We got some cleaner. Should clean these walls up. So the walls are fine, and it's metal framing inside of them, so it should be good. And we don't have a mold smell, even though it's black looking. It looks like more mildew than anything. Well, we're gonna come in here and we're gonna cut these areas out that need cutting out instead of pulling the whole slide out. Because if you don't know, these floors and these slides is just 2 layers of 1/2 inch, 7/16, whatever you want to call it, OSB that's laminated together into one sheet. No framing whatsoever. And you can probably see, if I drop you down here, there's like a metal track that sits in, kind of locks it to the wall, just basically just sits in there. And it should be a lot of them I've seen we've had 2x2 or angle iron underneath this to connect it to this wall that it just lays on. Well, there's nothing. I can push right here and see it move. It's not connected to this long wall at all. And we're gonna remedy that too. So we're gonna come here and just cut out the sections instead of pulling the whole slide out and building a new floor. We're gonna cut those sections out. And then we're gonna come back over the top with after we replace the patch in those subfloors. We're gonna come back with 2x2 framing and we're gonna attach it to this wall with metal connection screws. Wood to metal connection screws along this wall and probably the end walls too. And then we're going to insulate with 1.5-inch foam board and the sections in between, right? Then we're going to come back, cover the top of that and all of it glued and screwed with because we'll screw from the bottom on this framing on this floor that's down here. We're going to put another 1/2 inch. So we end up with a 2-inch step up right here, which the old campers had anyway. Not a big deal because couch and chair are going to be sitting on it anyhow. And then we're going to come back. We found a carpet that pretty well matches this. That's a rug that already has that seam to edge on it. So we're going to cut it to fit and we're going to let it come out, since we're not going to be traveling, let it come out to cover these metal holders here for the table. We might even hole saw some wood plugs to go in these holes. Let it come out a couple inches over that to cover all this, because we do have a little bit of staining from that leak apparently when it was slid in. And we're gonna make this look nice and new again. The wall should clean up with the cleaner we got. But anyway, let's get busy with it and see what we can come up with. Okay, you can see there on the time lapse, we chalked a straight line across here and cut this carpet back because I want to leave as much of this carpet as I can. And then my framing is just going to overlap it right here. And I got my first piece marked out where I'm going to cut it. But before I start cutting, I'm going to go outside and go underneath and see what kind of lines or wires or anything we may have in the way. Okay, this is what we got underneath here. First off, got a wiring harness going in here and a screw right there. Got to get that taken care of. See what we got to do, whether we can fish it out of there or whether we'll just notch and work our plywood around it and fill full of silicone, the gap. Got another wire going up in the wall there, which I don't know what for, because there's no power in that wall. It must run up through the wall to the ceiling, so I don't know what this does in that case. But anyway, we work around them. Got to pull this bracket down, marking it on the metal skirting here so we'll know where to put it back. Well guys, I got the rotten wood cut out. Jace is pulling the staples out where that carpet was stapled down like every couple inches apparently. I'm fixing to start cutting plywood and going back in there. I will say that this floor in particular was not 2 layers of 1/2 inch. It was just a 1 inch full, 1 inch thickness OSB. I mean, it's not 7/8 like a subfloor, it's actual 1 inch. So we're gonna go back with the 2 7/16 and I'll show you why when I start cutting. All right, let's get back with it. All right guys, update you a little bit. Yesterday I got cut a little bit short, no pun intended, with a little table saw accident. But what we got done here, I got this strip right here that's gonna be the front edge of my framing. I cut it on a 45 in the table saw. Put my blood, sweat, and tears into that one. And now, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna lay a bead of subfloor adhesive here. And I'm gonna put a 2x2 across here. And one across the back. And I got it where it's on 16s on center where it falls out where that's gonna splice. And I'll put one this way as well. And we're gonna frame all this in, get that framing in, something over here as well. Then I'll get underneath and lay a bead on my patch piece. The first piece will be just regular OSB. We'll get that in there, and then we'll get the final piece under the bottom with a coating on it and screw it all together, laminate it all together. But first, if you see here, there's still a little bit of staining back here. The wood's solid, there's no rot, anything wrong with that back there other than the discoloration. Really don't think it's mold, but we're gonna make sure either way, and we're gonna treat it with this mold control that eliminates and prevents mold and mildew. And in my experience, that's mildew that's there, but just a staining. But we're gonna go with this. This is good stuff anyway. And that right there is what you want to look for. That right there. That's the name brand. That's the ingredient that you need. Stuff's kind of pricey for a gallon, maybe 50, 60 bucks, something like that. But it's worth it. There's some other mold stuff out there that's gonna prevent it, but it ain't gonna get rid of it. So we're gonna soak this down and let it soak top and bottom all around. And then we're gonna get back busy with the framing. And I'll cut back in and show you what we're doing as we do it. Well, here we have the framing done. See, I've got everything screwed from the top side, and that allows the glue that I got under the subfloor glue to really what's going to hold it. I got it glued and screwed to the wall all the way around the perimeter. Get it all framed in. The only thing I got left to frame actually is put some blocking in here, because I'm gonna cover these seams right here. And also right here, I should have cut this back a little bit further, but I'll lay a 2x2 or 2x4 in there blocking, glue and screw that off. And I'll cut my foam board to go in here and put the top side on. But the next step is to get underneath and start putting that 2 layers of OSB up through from the bottom. Let's get busy with it. Well guys, there you have it. We got it patched in with 2 layers of plywood there, and right there where the rot was, got it glued and screwed and a new frame on top, ready to insulate it. Other than, you know, I treated all this with mold control, but I still may go back with some spray primer just to completely encapsulate any trace that may be left of any mildew or mold there. And then once we do that, we can sheet over this with 7/16 OSB. Let me take you outside and show you what it looks like and what I went with. So guys, this is what we have on the outside. I ended up on that bottom layer using zip board just because it's got that coating that's kind of similar to what they had on there from the factory. And since this doesn't see any moisture while going down the road, I'm not gonna bother with taping or sealing these joints, because I'm afraid when it slides in, it's gonna stain my carpet or stick to my carpet, become gummy or whatever. And when it's sitting like this, it shouldn't really get any moisture up in there anyway with it set up, because water doesn't run under here. I've done watched it when it rains, no water runs under this edge or anything. I may come back and caulk this, but like I say, I doubt I'm gonna do anything to it. Just leave it like it is. Got everything back into place where it was. I am gonna seal around these wiring harnesses with some silicone before it's over with, just to make sure I don't get any bugs or any rodents trying to find their way in through there. Well, we had some foam board that's been under a building for a few years that got moved inside another building for a few more years, and we didn't let it go to waste. We used the last of it up and cut it, and it had just enough to go in here to insulate this floor. And we had some Tyvek tape left over from the last project and got the seams all taped up. Then we got to go out there and cut some plywood and put some plywood down on this so we can be ready for carpet. Get back busy with it. Now I got the OSB down, routed the edge the best I could. It's kind of hard to get a straight routed edge on OSB with chips in it and stuff, but it's down. The carpet will flow over that. Got my measurements. Now it's time to say a prayer and hope we cut the carpet right and don't mess up an $80 rug. Let's get back busy with it. Well guys, I think we're done with this project now. We even got the carpet in now, and I think it turned out pretty good. Now, if we were about to be on the road with this camper, I think I'd put the seamed edge back about where the factory one was, because it'd be easier to slide in and out where we have this wider piece here covering up the old carpet. But we wanted it that way because of the table receptacles down here. We're not going to be using them, and we didn't want to see them. So we opted to do that a little bit. We're gonna move this. We'll just roll this rug back. Somebody will be in here with it, and we'll slide it in. And if we were to move it or whatever, we can still handle it. I'm gonna come back and touch up where this MDF peeled a little bit to finish on it down here at the bottom from where it had gotten damp or whatever. I'm gonna touch that up with some black paint. Other than that, I think it turned out pretty good. The wife got in here and cleaned the walls. Got one little tiny scar right there, probably where I pulled the couch out and it scratched it or something, a screw or a nail, something in it. But we got some stains in the blind we got to try to get out, and I got one blind that's fell loose up there that I got to figure out how to hang it back with all this valance around it in the way. Now we just got to be on the search for us a wall hugging couch or a couple 3 recliners or whatever to go back in here. Thank you guys for watching today's video. Hope you enjoyed it.
Please like, subscribe, and follow us on social media.
And as always, God gets the glory for the good in my life. Jesus Christ is our Lord and Savior. Feel free to reach out at the email in the description below with any questions you may have about a Lighted Path Ranch or our faith or anything. God bless.